All right, click the links for Odyssey, Bit Chute on channel, become member, support channel coffee, or to get to Telegram. It's a good way to keep in touch and drop links and all that kind of stuff. But it's it's a free speech place, so don't go expecting like Discord, which apparently Discord is run by SJWs. Anyway, so Andrew Blair penned this article, and it's they do the same. They do to us. They scroll through our social media posts. They're like, oh, you're just a fashionable, and I'm going to discount everything you say. And we do the same to them. We scroll through their social media posts. Oh, you're a blue-haired soy boy weirdo. I'm going to discount everything you say. It's like, well, that's kind of in the realm of ad hominem, instead of just taking their article at face value and arguing the merits of the article itself. So I will resist temptation to look into the author of this little bit of nonsense. And it is nonsense. Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power. Why Phantom has to embrace change? No. Why would we embrace something that changes it? There's the spirit of the artistic vision, the spirit of the story. And you can extrapolate from that, but you can't go outside the rules laid by the story, which is what, everything is you see before you in this nightmare of story, at least this globalist storytelling nightmare you see before you. So the future of films in social credit America. Are you istaphobic for not liking Lord of the Rings, or rather the new Lord of the Rings? Because it turns out you're probably istaphobic if you like the old Lord of the Rings. It's like, at some point people are just going to be like, okay, challenge accepted. What? How dare you? How dare you say that? We're going to track you down. We're going to dox you. And we're going to get you fired and destroying your life for having a different opinion. Translation: globalist, Bolshevik, Saul Alinsky, Bernstein, Trotsky, Moses, Mordecai, Levy, propaganda. Are you this globalist label if you don't accept this globalist propaganda? First of all those istaphobic terms, I don't want to use them on YouTube, but you know what they are, all those kind of nonsense terms. Those aren't real words. It's Bolshevik propaganda that rivals Scientology for its power and control over the cattle. No offense if you're into Scientology. It's a control thing. It's not organic. The worst people on earth, lizard people, use it to keep you afraid. It's not a word. It's a system of Bolshevik control and propaganda. They use these control terms like Pavlov's dogs. These globalist vermin, these dirty smear merchants, these war pigs are controlling the cattle on a global scale. What happens if you use this term? First of all, if you're on the side of the puppet masters, they're useful idiots, then it has effect. If not, then it's just dust in the wind. Unfortunately, the useful idiots are unaware. Gee, Bank of America and Soros gave us over $1 billion. Over $1 billion to BLM. Great. So where is it? Hello? Jamal? Where's the money? Where are the schools or universities? Where'd that money go? Are you saying the lizard people lied to us? Jamal, I'm saying the lizard people lied to you. The scale of the BLM ripoff is truly amazing. It's something to be respected. It's like, so what do we do with the money? Oh, well, I paid my nephew to oversee the funds that hired a bunch of people also related to me to get paid to distribute the funds to ourselves. And then we also got a tax write-off and a tax credit for distributing the money to ourselves. Oh, it looks like we're losing money next year. We're going to take a loss. So where are the colleges or universities, wherever you wanted to build with the money? Where's the money translated into brick and mortar? Hello? So that the BLM ripoff, you gotta respect grift that huge. Getting normies to sign over checks to something like. So where are the articles of incorporation? Are you incorporated in Delaware or something? Who are the officers? Who are the elected officers? Who's fundamentally, we want to pierce the corporate veil. Who's going to be held liable? Oh, let me just write you a check like a fucking idiot. Here's my credit card donation. So who's actually getting the money, who the rest itself, and who's distributing the funds, and who's legally liable, and what law firm is helping oversee? Oh, I don't know any of that. Here's my credit card number. Here's $30 to BLM. Like, how did you get to be so trustworthy? Oh, if somebody called you on the phone, you'd be like, oh, this is a scam. Somebody sends you a phishing email like, hey, this is your bank. We need you to, well, this is clearly a scam. You call it the bank yourself. But because it's on the media, go, oh, BLM, here's where you can donate. It's like, oh, okay, here's $50. It's like, so who has the money? Where did it go? That is a grift that is just truly amazing. How you fleece the sheep for that kind of stuff. You know, the next grift that's on the horizon, it's going to be the Ukraine grift. Like, you think $1.5 billion for BLM was something. The Ukraine grift is probably going to be over $10 billion. Quick, sign me up to donate some money to Ukraine. Like, again, you just got done donating money to BLM. Where did that money go? Nobody ever... CNN told me. Yeah, well, don't get me started on CNN. First of all, I want to say that I trust the government and media totally. I am outraged about the thing, and I'm going to be outraged about the new thing next week because CNN told me to be outraged about it. You know, the same people who flew to Epstein's Island to diddle kids are telling me to be outraged about some Nazis in Russia. I mean, no, the Nazis in Ukraine. No, wait, the Russian Nazis are fighting the Ukrainian Nazis. Plot twist. It's not the Nazis. So, istaphobicism, the word, it's not organic. Its power is only kept artificially inflated by these puppet masters in the media, social media, and academia. These blue-checked marked idiots. They refer to each other in a circular manner to keep the narrative going. When someone comes along to shine a light, well, you saw what Bernstein kill a straight, cis, white man on his way to work did to Soft. Joe Bernstein and Soft, you can search DuckDuckGo that collection. Bernstein wanted her off YouTube, and they kicked her off. Greenblatt wanted Nick gone, and YouTube and Twitter kicked him off. You have these useful idiots, puppets, outraged on social media. It's just perpetual outrage, oxygen in the machine. But you have the hidden hand behind the scenes, pulling the strings, pouring oxygen into this outrage engine. Every so often, I ask the outraged if they want to separate, like have most of the USA open, but make a few states for different ideological groups or tribal groups, you know what I'm saying? They crap their pants with the deflection and backpedaling. The outrage industry is in this parasitical relationship. They do not want to leave their host body. And it's funny, you ask them like, oh, so you want to do this, like, why don't we have some areas separate areas for separate people? I would just like to hear one time hear someone say, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Why don't we work together to attain that goal? Suddenly, you can't see for all the dust that is spun up from the backpedaling. Arguing over Lord of the Rings. Well, it's time to step back and look at the string pullers, the company decision makers at the finance level. Who are these people who control these strange tools of Bolshevik propaganda? Why do they do what they do? The Netflix, Discovery, Amazon, Cartoon Network, all those folk, who are they? Who are the directors, producers, writer? Who is pulling the strings, and who is really involved? The future of films in the social credit system. You'll be encouraged to attend certain films for your re-education, or some people will be encouraged. I thank God. Every day I thank God I am a trans, lesbian, Jewish woman of color. They will use your enhanced digital identification card, which will be upgraded to your phone, which will be upgraded. You know, they can get you to buy anything if they call it an upgrade. I feel like I'm being manipulated. Well, it's because you are. Which will be upgraded to a subcutaneous microchip, which will be upgraded to an explosive control collar. What was that movie with Sandra Bullock and Sylvester Stallone 20-odd years ago? 30 years ago, I think. Oh, Judge Dredd, I think. If you think I am kidding, think of the Bolshevik atrocities. Now imagine those same Bolsheviks with access to modern technology. Sky police, killer drones for your safety. That's only a matter of time. They already have them, but they're not deployed. They're deployed like SWAT uses them, but it's only a matter of time before they're on every street. The Bolsheviks never went away. Now they currently control a nice chunk of your government. And the thing about that statement is it's almost true anywhere you live. You're going to live to see horrors beyond your imagination. May you live in interesting times, right? That's a blessing and a curse. All I can say is, I don't want to say this. No, not even jokingly. I better skip that part. No, I'm not going to say that. I will say the victor writes the history, and it's not a war crime if you enjoy it. No, it's not a war crime if you win. Anyway, so classic stories don't ever work in the modern globalist lens, because classic stories have roles for men and women, because men are not women. And you got blood tribes, and none of that works in Bolshevik propaganda. Plus, you get like a lot of just ridiculous levels of CGI. It's a bunch of mixed race people on one side who are fighting a bunch of mixed race people on the other side. You know, what are they fighting for? An economic zone, a mixed tribe of hobbits. Why are they together? Different tribes hate each other. Though I guess in modern, Marxist propaganda, you'd have the mixed race group. This is what I've seen in the movies in the past 10, 20 years. Mixed race groups are good, and this plucky band of mixed heroes are usually going to be fighting the Nordic stereotypes, because you know why. So there are no male and female roles, because men are women if they want to be, and women can act like men. They can run off to battle, where in classic stories, they get very raised kids. A boy goes on an adventure to rescue the girl, to fight the dragon, whatever, goes live happily ever after, and then their kids go off on other adventures. Because women, and this is probably a future hate crime, I hope I'm not around to see the worst of it. Women have wombs, and though I think I probably will be around to see the worst of it. Women have wombs. They have uteruses, and they can breastfeed. Men are women, except they're not. We all know they're not, because we're not idiots. But women go into battle instead of raising kids, so there's no future generation. So there's no hope for a future in the story universe, which kind of makes watching the movie. It's like, oh, wait, we watch these two plucky lesbians risk their wombs in battle. Like, women are more than baby-making machines. In storytelling, that's kind of their role, because that's kind of their role in life. And everyone is a trans lesbian. So again, there is no future generation. And the hobbits are just an economic zone of mixed tribes instead of a true blood tribe. But they don't explain why they're together. Why would they want to do that? The whole thing is weird, because people see how much different tribes can't get along now. People of different tribes really seem to hate each other. There is no escapist fiction where the fictional world is the same dystopian nightmare we live in now. You just want to escape to some fascist paradise. Oh, you mean like the original Lord of the Rings? Yeah. I mean, sign me up for that. That was good storytelling. Oh, but we're the anti-fascists. We're fighting the bad people. Well, whoever you're fighting is the good people. Whoever the media and Antifa and BLM are against is de facto the good people. Eventually, you'll reach that conclusion. Oh, well, we didn't mean real fashionable ones. We meant our like preconceived notions. It's like pick a side, folks. Pick a side. Anyway, what we see now, endless tribal conflicts. Why would we want to see globalist propaganda that just tells us this bullshit story? Fandom must embrace propaganda. I mean, change, but it's not the spirit of the original story. It's change, yes, but it's against the internal rules of the story. You got to honor the spirit of the artist, or don't even use the name of the story. Oh, but we wouldn't sell anything if we just said it was, I don't know who was working on the story. I think it's Rose Tico. Yeah, Rose Tico got chased off social media, but harassing, who's that fat Italian waifu girl? Gina Carano. Harassing Gina Carano is okay. But Rose Tico getting quote-unquote chased off social media, I think she abandoned her account, is one thing, but Gina Carano is unacceptable. It's, she got chased. Maybe she was just a really unlikable character in a horrible movie. Ghostbusters sucked. Star Wars sucked because a round head and a big nose made it horrible. You don't have to embrace change if you don't want to. It kind of boils down to that. You have the old stuff, and I guess you could write fan fiction, but no, you don't have to embrace this new modern Bolshevik propaganda. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next episode.